Hey guys, just a quick update for Bitcoin Wealth. This is that Bitcoin cycler that I posted about last night. Um, yeah, very, very exciting stuff happening. We have, we're actually cycling through the different slots already and receiving, I don't even have to withdraw. It just gets sent automatically to our wallet, BTCB. Now, again, this is Bitcoin on Binance Smart Chain, right? Um, but it's the same price as Bitcoin, right? So if you like Bitcoin, you want to stack Bitcoin, right? You can do it through this program. Technically it's BTCB, but it's the same, the price is identical, right? So imagine at this, where it is right now, it's like 64,000 or something like that, and you get to stack a bunch of it. And let's say when the next bull run comes and it goes back to all-time highs or surpasses all-time highs, you're going to be very glad that you were able to stack a bunch of it right now. Again, there's a couple different ways you can get Bitcoin. You can buy it. It's pretty risky because you can buy it at a certain price. If the price drops, not, no bueno, right? You can also mine it. But Bitcoin mining isn't really super profitable these days. And, it's very difficult, right? So the other ways you can earn it, right? So there's a few ways you can do that, I guess, right? There's other platforms. This is actually the only platform I have in my docket. And I have a lot of platforms in my docket, as you guys probably already know, that allows us to earn Bitcoin, right? So again, it's pretty cool, right? You can see here there's different slots as you pass through the first slot. And how do you pass through the first slot? You fill out all the spots in the matrix, which I'm gonna show you here in a second. Once you finish that first slot, you get an automatic entry into the second slot. So nothing's coming out of pocket, it's coming from the profit. The only thing out of pocket you can come out with is the initial 0.001 Bitcoin, which is about $64. Everything else, all the other entries into the different slots, it's coming as an auto entry from the profits. So if you haven't seen the presentation, go ahead and check out the presentation I posted, the YouTube presentation, or you can check out my video that I did. It's on the pinned messages, where I show you how that works. But you can see here, once you finish slot two, your profit is 0.014, right? Nothing too crazy, right? Slot three, your profit is 0.028, right? As you're cycling through and completing these different slots, right? Or matrices, um, it starts increasing, right? Your profit here is 0.056. On slot five, your profit is 0.112. On slot six, your profit is what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 point, yeah, 0.224, right? So it's like a quarter of a Bitcoin, which is about what, 15,000 dollars, give or take, in today's price, give or take. That's pretty awesome, right? Consider that you started this thing with only 0.001 Bitcoin, which is $64, right? But as you cycle through, look at this. If you complete slot seven, 0.448, that's almost half a Bitcoin, right? That's almost 30 plus $1,000. And again, I want to emphasize you started this thing with $64 worth of Bitcoin, right? 0.001. You look at risk versus reward. What's the reward here? You can make up to 32 Bitcoin, right? What's the risk? $64, 0.001 in Bitcoin. If this thing doesn't work out, if this thing, you know, something happens, it goes sideways or what have you, what's really your risk here at $64, right? It's not that big of a deal, hopefully, right? And it's the risk versus reward factor is crazy, right? Look at this after slide 8.896, right? It's almost a whole Bitcoin. Or slot nine is 1.792. This is the profit. This is what you keep in your wallet, right? This is minus the entry fee to the next slot. Okay. So this is what you're keeping as profit in your wallet. Uh, After slot 10, it's 3.5 Bitcoin. After slot 11, 7.168. Slot 12, 10 Bitcoin, right? All in all, if you add that up, it's 32 Bitcoin. But, really after slot four and five, it starts getting really, really crazy, right? So in the initial stages, right, it doesn't seem that much, right? But you're getting traction, you're getting momentum, you're completing the different matrices. As soon as you start hitting, slot four, slot five, slot six, slot seven, and beyond, it gets crazy the amount of profit. And you can cycle through this as slow or as fast as you want. It's totally up to you. Yes, you're going to get help from your upline. Yes, you're going to get help from, activity that's happening above you. But you got to participate in your own rescue, as I like to call it, right? You gotta take action, right? Don't sit there twiddling your thumbs waiting for someone to give you something, right? Whatever they give you is gravy, right? You need to go out there and get two, minimum get two, so you can activate your spot, right? But if you can get more than two, get more than two, because again, you're trying to fill your matrix as fast as you can, right? Um, this shows you here the potential, right? Up to 61 Bitcoin if you're recycling through those slots. Where's the thing that I'm looking for? All right, so here's the matrix, right? You're trying to fill these slots or these spots up. Once it completes, you move on to the next slot, right? So you're trying to fill this out. Again, if this is you're gonna want to get your first two. And then again, you want to help them get their two, right? And then help those two get their two, right? If you want to spill over there, you can. But really, you go help, you get two, and then you help those two get two, and you repeat the process. And that total is, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 14 spots to cycle through and move to the next slot, right? 14 spots. Again, if you consider that it's not you trying to fill those 14 spots, it's you get two, you get two, you get two, you have other people helping you, then you can see how you can actually break down the work and complete those spots. Again, yes, your upline is going to help you. Yes, your sponsor is going to work with you because it benefits them too because they want to fill their matrix up too. But again, don't sit there twiddling your thumb. Participate in your own rescue. You go out there and get your two, right? You might say, "Well, I don't know where I'm going to get to. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to get signups for sales. Get traffic. Get traffic. I mean, we have a program called Traffic Ignition. It's a whole separate project, right? But one of the things that they sell is wholesale traffic. So you can actually get traffic over there, drive it over to Bitcoin Wealth and get your signups, right? Anyway, we'll save that for another video. Okay, here I just want to kind of break this down and show you as I do a follow-up to my video yesterday, what you can potentially make in this cycler. Right? This is a Bitcoin cycler. Um, it's pretty crazy, pretty wild. So again, I want to emphasize the only out-of-pocket expense you have ever is 0.001 Bitcoin. To be exact, Bitcoin on Binance Smart Chain, which is BTCB, and then all the other entries to get to the other slots is coming from the auto entry, the profits from your matrix. So anyway, that being said, any questions, hit me up. If you want to get in this thing, shoot me a message, hit me up on DM, and I'll get you a link. That way you can get in. If you want to get one spot, and if you want to get three, like I did, I got three spots. Then it's obviously 0.001 Bitcoin, right, or zero point 0.001 BTCB per spot. So that's 0.003, which is like, what is that? 60, like $180, something like that. And you've got yourself a tripod or a tripod, and you can build underneath your two sub accounts, and you can kind of stack Bitcoin upon Bitcoin. Because imagine if you had, this is just showing you one spot, right? Imagine if you were working two different spots and you were cycling through it, and then whatever you're doing is causing your main spot on top to cycle through as well. Then this, for the same amount of work, you're getting like double, right? Double the Bitcoin. You're doing the same amount of work. Anyway, again, we'll talk about that in another video. Check this one out. Hit me up. I think this one's going to be super exciting. And again, we're just getting in. The contract itself, it's like 2.5 months old. This is pretty big in the Asian market, right? Especially in India. Um, I think Vietnam, if I'm not mistaken. One of the Zooms I was on, the guy that was speaking was I think he was from Vietnam, if I'm not mistaken. Also big in Africa, right? So this thing is blowing up. If you want to check it out, shoot me a message. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.